Hey guys, how's it going? I just wanted to make a really quick video to update you about week 3 and where I hope to go with the course in the next week or so. So hopefully by now you've had a chance to write a draft of your resume, and hopefully you had a chance to watch the video that I posted about how to make your resume more user-friendly and more accessible. Our goal really is to make a document that encapsulates who we are as quickly as possible. And the way that we can do that, obviously, is by having a really nice structure so that someone who picks it up can really sort of navigate their way through all of the information that's on that one page. So what I'll be doing here in the next day or so is providing really detailed feedback on your resume. And basically what I'm going to do is reinforce many of the things that you read in your textbook and many of the things that I've already tried to instill in you. So I'm not going to be breaking a whole lot of news with my feedback, but I hope to give you some good ideas for your revisions. Speaking of revisions, one of the things that I really believe in as a teacher of writing is that really good writers are really good at revision. If you look at the word, if you write out the word revision, you'll see that it literally means to re-see. It's re and vision, vision as in seeing. And that's really what I want you to think of revision as a process of re-seeing your work. A lot of times we have to talk about the difference between revising and editing. Revising is a major reworking of a document or a piece of writing. It means that you're making substantial and impactful changes to that document. Editing is something a little bit different. Editing is something that takes place later in the process. It's where we focus on concerns that are a little bit less dramatic and a little bit less impactful. That's where we're looking at things like your grammar and your spelling and your syntax and those types of things and making really small changes. So at this point, we're really still looking at revision when it comes to your resume. And we're really going to try to make changes that really dramatically impact the way that a user is going to interact with that document. So in order to sort of keep our ducks in a row, one thing that I really believe in is that you should have a plan. And so one of the things that I'm requiring that you do this week is create a revision plan. And a revision plan isn't really the most complicated thing in the world. Really what it is a prioritized list of what you intend to do with the document based on the feedback that I give you. So it's really important that you take some time after you get my feedback, after you have some time to sort of reflect on what you've been able to do with your resume and prioritize what you'd like to do. One of the things that I find to be true is that students, when they sit down to revise, especially early in their career, they have a hard time just sort of making heads or tails of what they need to do. So a revision plan is actually a really nice guide for you, and it's something that I still do to this day. And it allows me to sort of put the biggest items at the top, the things that are going to be the most dramatic, and then sort of whittle my way back. A metaphor that I like to use about revision is that, you know, we could go through and we could fix all the commas and fix all of the spelling mistakes and all of those types of things, but the fact of the matter is you may be fixing things that you're going to change dramatically anyway. You know, an example might be if you're going to take out a whole section of your resume, what does it matter if it's grammatically correct? So I always say it's like putting new windshield wipers on a broken windshield. It just doesn't make a lot of sense. It's a really, the revision plan is a really practical exercise that I hope sort of gets you pointed in the right direction using my feedback and some of your own reflections on your work. Now, after that, what I really want to do is focus on a cover letter. And a cover letter is a really important document because it sort of works in tandem with your resume to sort of breathe life into some of your qualifications, to contextualize them. It's really your opportunity to show your exceptionalism. And the other thing that you'll see in the document called Cover Letter Tips is that it's a place for you to show a little bit of your personality. Your textbook tells you that when it comes to resume and cover letters, really your reader is looking for a few things. First and foremost, they're looking for your technical abilities. They need to know that you can carry out the work. So if you're a medical assistant, they need to know that you can take blood pressure and those types of things and work in a confidential environment. As a line worker, they need to know that you are familiar with the tools, the protocols, all of the terminology, all of the theory of electrical circuits and those types of things. So they need to know that you have that, and usually your education speaks volumes to that. Then they want to see that you have really good supporting skills, that you have skills that are going to allow you to also carry out that work. That's where we're really talking about, do you have leadership skills? Do you have communication skills? Do you have software skills? Do you have the other types of skills that really allow you to use those technical abilities well? And then finally, they're looking for your favorable personal qualities. And it's really those last two things that you have a chance to speak about in your cover letter. It's a chance for you to talk about previous work experiences in a little bit more depth than you can on a resume. And one other really important thing is that it gives you a chance to demonstrate your knowledge of the place where you're applying. What is it about that organization that really draws you to them? How do they know that you're a really good fit? So the cover letter is a really important spot, and I really want to see what you guys come up with, and I really want to see how you are making that sort of work in tandem with the resume to really put your best foot forward. You know, one of the things I hold myself accountable to in English 108 is that you will leave my class with hopefully the best resume and cover letter you've ever had, and maybe the best resume and cover letter you ever will have. So it's really important to me that you spend a little bit of time working on that, and I can't wait to take a look at that. If you guys need anything at all, please feel free to contact me. I'll be going through all of the stuff that you've submitted recently in the next day or so, and I'll be getting those grades back to you. So thanks a lot.